Wally? Oh, God. Wally, what have you done?
Oh, that's rich. It's always about me and what I've done, isn't it? But let's talk about you, Julie. Let's talk about you and what you've done. How could you, Julie? How could you do this to me, to us?
I had to do it, Walden. You can't keep living your life stuck in the past. This obsession you have over having a future with me and Ophi, you need to let it go.
You didn't love Ophelia the way I did. Damn it, you could have at least given me the chance to say goodbye.
And what then? Huh, Wally? Be honest with yourself. Would you have really been able to let our daughter go? Or would you have just stalled for time until you decided you couldn't handle it and continued on with the project? Let me make this easier on both of us. I quit. I'm leaving this facility tonight, and you won't have to see me ever again.
Just get out of here, Julie. Get out of my sight. But just know, I won't give a shit if something happens to you.
Fine.
Security, be on the lookout for one Julianne Joyful. Target is kill on sight.
Walden!
Ah, fuck.
Damn it. The force of that impact reopened your wound. Let's see,
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, relax. I've still got my binder on. Besides, I think making sure you don't bleed out is of higher priority than this.
All right, fine.
Typical Walden. Always blind to everything that's right in front of you.
You said, let's talk. While I'm listening, you can't think of anything to say, can you? You're just pissed about what happened to you, and you don't know what to do about it.
Trust me. I've managed to learn a thing or two since you killed me. But I'm not like you, Walden. Unlike you, I actually value the lives of others in this facility.
But you are like me, Julie. Here I am with a hole in my gut, and you decided to throw me clear across the lab because you're pissed. So much for keeping things civil, I suppose.
Boss, we really need to get you back to Poppy.
Not just yet. There's still time. Tell me something. Do you enjoy seeing me suffer?
Of course I don't, Wally. No matter what you think, I'm not like you. All I wanted was for you to be happy.
Then tell me why. Why did you leave me?
Because you changed, Walden. You were never the same after Ophelia died. You weren't the kind, gentle man that I fell in love with. You became cold and bitter. Everything that your mother never wanted you to be.
For better or for worse, in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, to love and cherish. But instead, what was it? 2 weeks? 2 weeks is all it took for you to turn your back on me. Did those vows mean anything to you? Because they did to me.
But not as much as your work, though. right? The long nights, the early mornings. Couldn't give that up for us, oh no.
And you knew that from the beginning. But that didn't mean I loved you any less.
That's it. I'm calling Poppy.
But in the end, it wasn't me that you needed, Wally. There was someone else for you here inside of the factory. Someone that I knew could make you happy again. They were... Wally?
Neighbor. Hmm? Oh, what the fuck? Did I just fucking die?
You wish.
You. What are you doing here?
Nothing in particular. Just sitting back watching the show. I must admit, it appears to have lost its luster a little.
Oh, what? Are you disappointed? Upset because I'm not giving you your daily dose of bloodshed and chaos you crave?
What's with this attitude I'm getting from you, Walden?
I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh? What about exactly? I've been nothing short of generous towards you, have I not?
Generous? You call stealing my experiment and locking away my memories generous?
Was it not? You were gifted an arm in my likeness, and every tragedy, every painful memory, I had tucked away where it couldn't haunt you, leaving you with only what you loved, your factory, in more colors than you could ever imagine.
Yeah? But at what cost? My family, my friends, those who stood beside me? Maybe my assistant's got a point. Maybe being a lone wolf isn't all it's cracked up to be.
But has living in ignorance not been kinder to you? Was it not easier to just forget them and just run the factory? Had it not been for me, you'd still be a blubbering shell of a man, locking himself away in his room. Now look at you.
Yeah, now look at me. A mindless killer that doesn't know when to call it quits. And it's your voice that keeps egging me on.
As I've said before, every wish has a price.
Bit steep, don't you think? I know home isn't all too pleased with me.
Well, if you wish to return to an endless cycle of self-loathing and regret, be my guest. You'll never be able to fully escape from my influence.
Oh yeah? And what makes you so sure about that?
You're much too proud. I don't think you have what it takes.
Try me, asshole.
Watch your tone. Don't forget, you're in my domain. A mere visitor. I could end you here and now. And if I really wanted to, I could make you forget everything all over again. What would become of your precious friends then?
All right, fine. Just tell me, what would I have to do to get you to leave me alone?
Oh, not much. All you would have to do is return what's rightfully mine.
And that would be...
Your left hand.
Of course.
Huh?
It all makes sense now. We need to get rid of the hand.
want me to do what?
I want you to amputate Walden's left hand. It's the best shot we have at getting him to go back to his old self again.
Sweetheart, that's a mighty big ask. I agree that its appearance might be peculiar, but otherwise, that limb is perfectly functional and healthy. There's no sense in performing an amputation unless it's absolutely necessary.
I don't know, Poppy. Rags might be onto something here. All things considered, even after that entire situation with the Resurrection Project and Neighbor, Wally didn't officially snap until the hand appeared. And even though he seems to be doing a lot better ever since we started helping him recover some of his memories, there's still so much that's missing. His memories of Ophelia?
Yeah, and I think he was starting to remember Neighbor right before he passed out. Who knows if that's still going to be there by the time he regains consciousness.
Listen, hon. I understand your concerns, but Wally's body is already under enough stress trying to recover from that bullet wound. I can't bring myself to force him to recover from an amputated limb on top of that, unless it's no longer functional or poses a risk to his overall health.
Poppy, are you familiar with who it is?
Well, I've only heard the stories. Rumors and hushed whispers. Why do you ask?
Because I've met them a couple of times. They've had Walden under their influence ever since that limb regenerated, and they straight up admitted that the only way to free him from their influence is to return what's rightfully theirs. And that's Walden's left hand.
No way. That's insane. I mean, I heard Harold could grant wishes and all, but I thought it was just a made-up legend. You know, just something to keep the kiddos in check.
The girl that was obsessed with sightings of the neighborhood creature thought it was just an urban legend? I'm speechless.
Oh my! That is certainly something to consider. It cannot be allowed to maintain their influence over anyone. It'll cause too much destruction and chaos.
A bit late for that, don't you think?
You're absolutely certain that this is the best thing we can do in order to help Wally?
It's the best shot we have. Or we can go through the process of meticulously uncovering each individual memory like we've been doing, where who knows how many people will get hurt in the process, or how many more times Walden will get hurt himself.
Oh, very well. I'll see what I can do.
Walden's all prepped for surgery. Poppy and her team should be starting the amputation any time now.
You know, I think of all the things you've done to try to help the boss, this is by far the craziest.
The craziest and the most risky. You do realize what could happen to you, don't you, Rags? Wally's killed people for less, far less. Doing this could mean being immediately sentenced to the grinder, or becoming his next experiment as soon as he recovers. Heck, before he recovers, depending on just how pissed he is.
I know. That risk was always there, from the moment I decided to try to help him recover those memories. Would it have been easier if I had just kept my head down and did what I was hired to do? Maybe. But I don't regret a thing. If Walden chooses to punish me for this, at least I can say I died doing what I was meant to do, helping someone who needed it.
Aw, come on. Don't go about writing your final will and testament just yet. I mean, if it really has been influencing Wally this whole time, and removing his arm does manage to free him from them, He's bound to show at least some gratitude, right?
Who can really say at this point? Even though it was the one who made it happen, the regeneration serum was still something Walden was extremely proud of.
That red vial's still sitting in the back of the potions cabinet. We should probably get rid of that before Wally has a change of heart.
Let's not just yet. If I've learned anything from this, it's that going behind Walden's back to completely destroy an experiment, whether it's good or bad, isn't going to end well. He should be allowed to decide for himself if he wants to completely get rid of it.
So, what now?
Now we wait. There's still plenty of work left to do in the office I've got to get done. And if we can get this factory looking nice and fully operational again before the boss is allowed to leave the infirmary, I'm sure it'll make him happy. It's open.
Just me, sweetheart.
Ah, Poppy. How's Wally doing?
Wally's doing just fine, all things considered. Right now, he's back in his bed resting.
How'd the amputation go?
It was really quite peculiar.
How so?
Well, come along and I'll show you.
Man. It's weird seeing him without that hand of his. His boundary lines have gotten a lot clearer. I think this was the right call. So, is this what you wanted to show me?
Not quite. It's the hand, you see. It's gone.
Okay. And by that you mean...
I mean, it's gone. It vanished. Just completely dissipated in a wisp of black smoke the moment it was removed. Never in all my years of medical practice have I seen anything like it.
creepy. But hopefully that means it was telling the truth. We had Wally give up what's rightfully theirs, and now they'll finally leave him alone.
One can only hope. Anyways, it's getting late, hon. Isn't it about time you locked up the offices and turned in for the night?
About that. I'm not exactly eager to be going to bed just yet.
Why ever not? I assure you, Wally will be just fine. I am going to be a lot more strict about making him rest, though.
It's not him that I'm really worried about. I might have gotten on its bad side while I was in the dream world.
You... what?
Yeah. And the only reason I knew about the hand thing was because I was eavesdropping on a conversation between them and Walden while I had a nap. I'm worried that falling asleep might mean having to face them again. And I'm confident they're not exactly going to be hospitable.
Oh, Rags. When will you learn to stay out of trouble?
I feel horrible.
It's all right, hon. Just take it nice and slow.
And how many days did you put me out for this time?
Only a day and a half this time. I'm sure you aren't going to be in any hurry to get out of bed anytime soon.
I feel different somehow. I can't really explain it.
Well, about that.
Rags. Jesus, you look like just as much of a mess as I do.
Well, I have been working pretty late recently, so...
Huh, well. I figured you'd be sleeping with one eye open anyways. The way you snuck up on it like that at all.
Yeah, about that. Don't panic or anything, but,
Panic. Why in the world would I... What have you done? Damn it, Rags. Do you have any idea what I had to go through to finally be rid of that stupid prosthetic? Do you have any idea the amount of blood and sweat it took to achieve that? That experiment was all I had left, especially after...
yes.
No, I don't want to think about that. No,
Walden, listen to me.
put it back. Damn it, I said put it back. Please, Rags, I'm begging you. I can't live like this.
Walden, look at me. Just focus on me, all right? Now breathe.
Neighbor is dead. It's all my fault.
No, Walden, it isn't.
I shouldn't have injected them with the serum. I should have tried harder to talk them out of it. If it wasn't for me, they'd still be alive. They'd still be here with me.
Walden, I need you to listen to me right now, all right?
All right?
It is not your fault.
What do you know? You've barely been here a month.
Hey, look at me. It is not your fault, okay? Now you try saying it.
It is not my fault.
Good. Now say it again.
It is not my fault.
Okay. One more time.
It is not my fault.
Boss.
What?
It is not your fault.
It is not my fault.
There you go, big guy. Just let it out. I'm right here with you. And you just tell me whatever you want to.
I tried to tell them. It was too big of a jump to go from testing out the serum on a rabbit to trying it out on a person. We should have just gone with a test subject. But they were so sure of themselves. And so I caved.
Mm-hmm.
I really did care about Neighbor. I did. I wanted to be with them. To build a future together. But I just couldn't let go of Julie. Or my little Ophi. I loved them all so much it hurt. But after I lost Neighbor, I just didn't want her anymore. I'm so tired of feeling that pain.
It's okay. I get it.
What did they say to you? When you were me and you got to speak with them?
All I wanted was for you to remember them again. And if we were unable to fix things, all they asked was that we didn't forget about them or the others.
I'm so tired.
Then you should sleep.
You too.
Hmm?
I can tell. You're exhausted. You should lay down and get some rest too.
I really don't think that's such a good idea. If I run into it again, I'm sure they're not going to be pleased.
It won't do anything to you. My eyes all bark and very little bite. Besides, you can't stay awake forever.
Well, you got me there.
Look, what's done is done. The hand has been removed. Therefore, there's nothing left for them to latch themselves onto. You should be fine.
All right. I guess I'll check in on you in a little while then.
Stay here. Just in case.
You really are starting to warm up to me, aren't you?
Just shut up and get some sleep. Right where I left you.
Good morning, hon. How are you feeling?
My arm hurts. Dealing with a phantom limb again is gonna be a bitch.
Yes, well, just know that Rags made the call for an amputation with only you in mind.
We'll have to get creative trying to work out a plan for my prosthetic then. Last I checked, I had a few kinks that needed to be worked out.
Well, the way Rags put it, it sounds like you managed to work things out with Barnaby. Perhaps the spirit will be able to guide you in making the repairs.
Only having one good hand to work with, that'll be a challenge.
All the more reason for you to trust in your assistant. Isn't that right?
All right, fine. We'll see how things look once I've recovered some. If all goes well, then maybe, I just might go easy on them. Anyways, isn't it almost time for Rags's shift to start? Hey, Patchwork. Come on, it's time for you to get up. Rags? Hey. Come on, I don't have the energy to keep trying to shake you awake, all right? Time to get up. Rex? Rex? No. Come on. Don't do this. Damn it, Rags, open your eyes. Wherever the hell Harold or it pulled you to in fucking Dreamland, I need you to pull yourself out. Right now. Damn it, Rags, wake up.
You were warned. Ragdoll.